You know, storms have a way of revealing foundations. And they don't care if you're an employee or an entrepreneur or a contractor. I went through an economic storm in 2015 in the form of a recession. I was affected by mass layoffs, and this rattled me because I had placed my financial future upon a brittle foundation. When pressure keeps closing in, no matter what you do, it's not random, it's revealing. Recessions, mortgage crisis, and the economic impact of a global pandemic have all shaken the economic landscape. And now there's a new storm, and it's called AI. And it's revealing foundations. It's impacting how work is being done and accelerating change in many industries. The mistake I made was that I believed my industry would sustain me for an entire career. And when it failed me, I spiraled. Jesus said in Matthew 7 that a wise man builds his house on the rock, and a foolish man builds on sand. When the rain falls, the floods rise, and the winds blow, only one thing determines what stands: what the house was built on. If the economic storms of life are causing you to lose hope in your future, my question for you is this: what foundation have you built your life on? Today, many people are facing economic pressure. I hear it around me and I see it online. Frustration because earnings are stagnant. Anxiety because there's a subconscious belief that we can never catch up with increasing financial demand. And what's most unsettling about this feeling is that it never fully stops. And it leads one to either a quiet resignation or an impatient agitation. So when faced with these emotions, we can respond in one of two ways. We can spiral into vices, then addictions, in an attempt to cope with our perceived reality. But then this brings guilt and shame. Alternatively, we rush into investments in hopes that we'll finally be one of the lucky few who will defy odds and change our financial situation. Friends, when you're constantly battling these two emotions, it's usually pointing to something deeper than economics. I've been in seasons of prolonged unemployment, and I've been in seasons where my income was completely unpredictable. I know what it's like to wake up feeling already defeated. So I want to challenge you with this: you haven't failed, and you don't have to be afraid of AI. Instead, have you considered that the pressure you're experiencing may actually be an invitation to build a new foundation? What you're built on determines whether pressure breaks you or refines you. When Jesus talked about foundations, he was referring to what upholds a person's life, because that's what will determine if you'll be overwhelmed with economic storms or soar above them like an eagle. It'll determine if you get a breakthrough that secures your financial future. So the question I have for you is this: what upholds you? Because that's what you'll rely on in the midst of the storm. In the next video, we'll look at what your season is revealing about your foundation and the common mistakes people make that quietly delay their breakthrough. Subscribe so you don't miss out on more life-changing videos.